Welcome. Today I'm going to talk about an essay. Well, let's first start with the obvious question, what is an essay? You write an essay when you have more to say than can be covered in one paragraph. An essay has a main point or thesis supported by subpoints. The subpoints are topic sentences for each of the paragraphs. So each paragraph in the body of an essay has a topic sentence. So the organization of an essay has the following parts. First paragraph, introduction, usually followed by 3 or more body paragraphs, and then a final concluding paragraph, or your conclusion. For college essays, usually we ask for the 5-paragraph standard essay. You can write more paragraphs, but just make sure that you are following this general organization for an essay. How do you organize an essay? The first thing you have to be aware of is that the essay has as its focus the thesis statement. Other important points that are connected to the thesis are called topic sentences. So the essay has an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. How do you write a thesis statement? It's usually expressed in a sentence. A thesis is not the same as the topic of the essay or the title of the essay. Be careful with this. You could have a title and a topic, but that doesn't mean that you have a thesis. A thesis goes beyond these. It's usually a statement, and it's usually a statement that lets the reader know what you're going to talk about in the rest of the essay. The key here is that a thesis does not announce. It makes a point about the subject or topic. A thesis cannot be too broad or too narrow. Some hints to writing a thesis. Your thesis can mention the specific subpoints or topics in your essay. Make sure that your thesis is also just one sentence. This keeps it simple yet clear for the reader that this is what you're going to write about in the rest of your essay. Remember, depending on the topic, you want to make sure that you do some pre-writing for an essay. What do I mean by that? Whenever you're giving a topic, you might want to think about and just sketch on a piece of paper, first perhaps what your thesis is going to be, but also think about what points you want to make in your essay. This is what's known as pre-writing, or brainstorming, or free writing. You're just listing ideas. And then you'll come together and start looking at the connections between these ideas and how they are ultimately connected to the topic that you have been given. So in planning an essay, you might want to consider drafting first. And this is what we're going to work on, especially next week, when you're getting ready to write, about your narrative essay. The great thing is that you've been already practicing how to write perhaps mini essays in your journal responses. I see improvement from your first journal response to your journal responses 2 and 3 about organizing your ideas. Some of you already have been writing more or less in a mini essay for your journals. You have an introduction or introductory paragraph, and then you have other paragraphs or body paragraphs that actually connect and support that introductory paragraph. And then you even have, some of you have been using a conclusion. How do I know this? Well, you use transition words in order to alert me about these different sections in an essay. So you might start with, to begin with, or as I have read. And then in your body paragraphs, you might have transition words like first, second, or third. Or even transition phrases like in addition or furthermore. And then to let me know that you are concluding, you might say to conclude or in conclusion. These are very effective ways to set up an essay. You want to make sure that your essay has coherence or logic, meaning that it goes from one section to the next, and then to a concluding section. So in doing the draft, you will be looking at these organizing principles. And we will work further on how to put this together. I want to say that essays tend to be longer, of course, than journal responses. I will be giving you a specific topic for you to write about in your narrative essay. So all of you will be writing about the specific topic. However, each narrative will be different because it's going to relate to you. You have been already writing about your personal experiences in your journal responses. So I want to make sure that in your narrative essay that you're expanding on a personal experience. Sometimes it can be difficult to write about yourself. However, the essay will allow you to organize your ideas in such a way that you can present a specific thesis. But in this case, it will be about you and your experiences. We will look at this further when I go over what is a narrative essay. Thank you.